4 years ago, I uploaded my very first video on this channel. It was a video defending the once very divisive Persona 3 character, Yukari Takeba. Yes, things were very different back in 2020, and to be honest, people's opinions were already kinda starting to become more positive as that video came out. It's part of the reason I made it. She was just the talk of the town one day. When I first got into the series back in 2017, the fandom was more mixed about her for sure, and post-Persona 5 Royal was probably the transitional period for her reputation. I remember pissing off all the dude bros when I posted this meme, because there was genuinely a lot of misogyny towards this character at one point. I remember witnessing people changing their minds about this character over time.
We need more Yukari Takeba, who she's got a memorable arc, bro. Hate her or love her, she's a character.
But in a post-Persona 3 Reload world, I see Yukari appreciation all the time. I saw tons of people posting how ready they were for people to tear into Yukari's character when the episode Aiga's DLC was announced. But it turns out the DLC ended up disappointing more of her die-hard fans with how her demeanor was changed than anything. Yukari was popular enough to place 3rd in Persona Champions this year, and if you don't know what the hell that is, it's a yearly popularity poll, and people really seem to care about it for some reason, I don't know. Sure, there might be a hateful comment here and there, but for the most part, I think now it's safe to say without a shadow of a doubt... Oh god. No, that pun was not intentional. I think now it's safe to say that Yukari is no longer overhated. But the real question here is, why? The first and most obvious factor that a lot of you thought of was probably Persona 3 Reload. Of course, introducing the game, its story, and its characters to a brand new audience is going to bring in new perspectives. Another point people might bring up is the difference in voice delivery compared to the original game. Reload's take on Yukari might make her come off less prickly than her original counterpart. This is neither a bad nor good thing. It should also be noted that the incorrect dialogue option for a certain infamous social link rank was made a lot more obvious, changing it from a genuine miscommunication to you just being a jerk. This is only a surface level layer to the discussion though. Plenty of people, both before Persona 3 Reload's initial release and the episode Aiga's expansion, were bracing for a new wave of Yukari hate. Though from my observation, it didn't seem like there was any significant spike in hate compared to before it. It was actually quite the contrary, as Reload's take on Yukari's arc in episode Aiga's actually disappointed more existing Yukari fans than created new ones. This is a sign that Yukari's general reception was already on a more positive trend leading up to Reload. So what else could have led to such an occurrence? Well, there are a couple other possibilities, one of them being... Okay, let's not pretend that content creators don't have any sort of influence on the broader online discussion of these games. They're not called influencers for nothing. Hell, you already know I've had my fair share of takes on this character, and here I am again, for the 3rd time. But realistically, I don't think anything I've said has done anything to sway the discussion. People aren't as parasocially attached to me because I don't show my face or have as much direct interaction with my audience as a full-time live streamer, for example. I also kinda tear into this fandom non-stop. That might have something to do with it. Maybe people don't like a guy who makes fun of them all the time, go figure. But I do genuinely believe that getting to experience these games through the lens of another person as they're experiencing it can really help people understand people's perspectives on said games. That's one of the upsides in the rise of live streaming as a mainstream form of entertainment. That being said, did you know that a lot of women play Persona? I'm sure at least like 10 of you watching this, have seen this thumbnail floating around as a meme. Yeah, let's not play dumb here. Now, this is all speculatory, this isn't a proven science or anything, but a good amount of content creators in the modern day who play Persona are in fact women. Unsurprisingly, women are a lot less harsh on Yukari for getting angry at things. And now that live streaming and content creation has given people the lens to experience these characters as they do, people can relate to the creator who is relating to the character. Even if you don't blindly agree with everything your favorite content creator has to say, you can at least be like, you know, I can see where they're coming from. I get it. I mean, what are you gonna do? Yell at the streamer for liking Yukari? Argue with people in chat about why they're wrong? Of course not. Because even if you tried, you'd either get dogpiled or chat banned. Of course, it's not just live streaming. Discussion on social media has also had a pretty big impact on this. People ask me why I look to Twitter so much for fan opinions. Because that's where a lot of the fans are. But in all seriousness, I do think it's a good thing that more women in this fandom are expressing their opinions more vocally, defending the characters they like, and maybe even calling out a little sexism here and there. Obviously, it's not just limited to this one character, but you get the idea. But I think there's an even more likely reason than either of the two I just mentioned. Women are not the only people who started defending Yukari. Men are still, you know, more than half of this fandom after all. I think the realest realization I came to when writing this video is that maybe the player base has matured since 2007. We're not self-centered, judgmental teenagers or edgy 20-year-olds anymore. Most of us, at least. We've aged past the 2016 mentality of, why can't men call out women on their bullshit? As if there aren't any women that people will rightfully dogpile on. I know I've certainly done a lot of growing up since I first played Persona 3 in 2017. I was initially pretty neutral towards Yukari. Might have been my own fault for not getting past rank 4 of her social link on my first playthrough. Therefore, I didn't really grow too attached to the character, so her arc in episode Aiga's didn't mean as much to me. To someone who didn't care that much about her to begin with, it just soured my neutral stance on her. Then I replayed the game. Multiple times, because I'm totally normal about this JRPG, guys, trust me. Let me tell you though, actually spending time with her frequently and finishing her social link made me like her a lot more. Consequently, it follows that I ended up sympathizing for her more in the episode Aiga's expansion. Breaking discovery, spending time with a person will help you grow more fond of them, but I can't speak for everyone, so you'll just have to observe the fandom's behaviors and make that assessment for yourself. But now for the real important question. Who will be the next to get this treatment? Now before you all get excited and start shouting your favorite character at your screen, let me begin by saying that I don't think there are really that many characters who have the potential to get the same turnaround as Yukari. Like, not nearly as many people are gonna be coming to the defense of someone like Ouya from Persona 5, but hey, nothing's impossible. I remember not liking Ebihara in Persona 4 that much, but coming to appreciate her in retrospect. I've seen some videos touting her as underrated as well. Maybe there's that one gourmet king enjoyer who really relates to him because they used to struggle with obesity and crippling inferiority complex, but overcame it and maybe even lost all that weight. If one of you watching this just happens to be that very specific person I described, please tell me in the comments because I salute you. Realistically though, I think the most likely character to get the Yukari treatment is Portable's female protagonist. Literally just mentioning this character will attract haters, but the FemC fandom has proven that it is not a force to be reckoned with. They've produced some of the best fanworks I've ever seen, but that's a discussion for a whole different video. That's all I got. See you soon, hopefully.